Okay, do we want to go into Loki? I kind of want to ask you what you thought about the Ahsoka finale because that just finished yesterday.
Ahsoka finale. Yeah. So
You're okay.
overall,
So for context, I have like never watched Star Wars, and John is the
yeah,
Star Wars
I'm
expert.
on this channel. I'll be the Star Wars guy. So Ahsoka finale. First thing I want to talk about. This has been kind of a thing that I've noticed throughout the show. It seems that they pick and choose where they want to spend time on their choreography, and it really bugs me because at the beginning of the episode, when they run in on the wolves, they run into the room and they have that fight scene with the stormtroopers. And a lot of their like lightsaber blocks look super lazy. It looks like they don't even know what they're doing. They're just kind of swinging it around and the lightsabers are coming in. But then you have later when they're running in and Ahsoka fights Morgan, who is using the blade of Mother Talzin. That's the best choreographed thing in the entire show. That was amazing. The opening, they pulled the camera back. It was really fast paced. They kept it going. And I was like, okay, it wasn't perfect, but it was definitely really fast paced. It was a lot closer to the prequels than anything in the show, other than like maybe the stuff from episode 4. Episode 4 had some pretty good stuff. Um, but I was just like, why can't they put that sort of effort into all the fight scenes? I don't know.
I don't
That's my
know.
main complaint with the episode.
The only choreography I saw was between Anakin and Ahsoka, and I thought it looked
Mhm.
a little. Like slowed it down and watched it like 5 different times, and I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, it could have been better. I think Hayden did a really good job there.
Yeah, he
You can
seems pretty good.
tell he was doing all his own stuff.
Yeah,
Also, on that note, the guy that plays live action Ezra, out of the three, like Ahsoka, Sabine, and Ezra, he looked like what he was doing. He looked like the best out of all of them. Me personally, it looked like he was doing all his own stuff, and it looked like he actually like trained it a lot. He did look really solid. We never saw him like saber fight anyone. We just saw him, kind of use it for fighting like stormtroopers here and there. But I really liked it. Also, on that note, I love that Ezra made a new lightsaber and he made it like Kanan's lightsaber, like his former master's lightsaber. That was always something in the back of my mind. I was like, dude, if Ezra gets another lightsaber, I hope it's like Kanan's or something. And I'm really happy that they did that. But yeah, on that note, yeah, Ezra, the guy that plays him, he did a really good job. Um,
yay, Ezra, the person I know and love from
yeah,
the hit
Ezra,
television series. Was he in Rebels or Clone Wars?
yeah, he's kind of like the main character of Rebels.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, so at the end of Rebels, he goes up to Thrawn's ship and like he has all the space whales attached onto Thrawn's ship and they like go away into hyperspace and he like sacrifices himself and they never see him since and then in Ahsoka they go and look for him when they go to the new galaxy.
Nice.
But yeah, I liked that. Lars Mikkelsen as Thrawn is absolutely amazing. I think he's perfect for the role. I mean, he voiced him in Rebels, and both of the Mikkelsen brothers are just great actors in general. Um, he was pretty great. What else happened in that episode? Oh, here's the controversial part. So Sabine using the Force.
Oh yeah.
That was a thing, and I know some people are gonna flip out. I know some people like it. Some people flipped out, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, Star Wars is ruined forever." Me personally, I wouldn't have made that decision, but this isn't nearly as bad as like Rey just beating Kylo Ren and doing Force stuff without any training. Like Sabine's been trained for years to use the Force, and I could tell like throughout the show, they kept on teasing that she was gonna like she kept on trying to use the Force, kept on training, and it just she wasn't getting anywhere. And I figured like, okay, she's gonna use the Force at some point. Like
Mm-hmm.
this is gonna be a thing. When it happened, she was a little bit more overpowered than I feel like I would have liked to have seen. Now, I think a lot of people are forgetting that Sabine comes from the line of Tar Vizsla, who was the first Mandalorian Jedi, and he was really powerful. So she descends from that line of a really powerful Force user. So it does make sense that she has the potential to be very powerful in the Force. Would I have done it a little bit differently? Did I think it was perfect? It wasn't great. I think it could have been done better, but I don't have a huge issue. I'm not throwing up my hands saying like, "Oh my gosh, Star Wars is done forever."
From what I saw, the last time I saw it, yesterday, I heard that the rating on IMDb for episode 5 of Ahsoka was higher than The Empire Strikes Back. I don't know if that's still the case, but yeah.
I didn't know about that. Um,
I'm
wow.
sure it'll go down. Like it usually goes down with time,
It'll
but
probably go down. I mean, it was
still
great. That was easily the best episode in the entire show.
nice.
But it's not better than Empire.
I've
Yeah,
watched
Empire's a masterpiece.
Empire. That's the third Star Wars
Snow
movie I've
Planet,
watched. Yeah, the Snow
the
Planet
second Star Wars movie.
with the
Oh wait,
llama,
you
right?
saw Rogue One first. I forgot about that.
I saw Rogue One, A New Hope, and Empire Strikes Back. And then
Yeah,
half of what's the third one or the sixth one? Return of the Jedi?
Return of the Jedi.
Nice. That I saw half of that and gave up. I'll watch it
It's a great
eventually.
movie. I like it.
Yeah.
Um,
So okay, so that's wrapped
overall,
up. Yeah.
I would say overall, looking back on the episode, I'd give it like that final episode. I give it an 8 out of 10. It was
8 out of
good.
10 is high. That's like
I mean, most of the show was pretty high considering it felt like Star Wars, and it gave me that feeling that I felt when watching Clone Wars and the prequels and stuff.
is that worth
And it
8?
respected George's. What's up?
I don't know. In my mind, 8 out of 10 is like Django Unchained. I don't know. I guess our scaling system is pretty different.
Yeah. And I don't scale everything based on every single movie and every show to ever exist. If you wanted me to do that, I was scaling it more in terms of Star Wars. If
Oh,
you want me to scale it in
well,
terms of
yeah,
everything,
that's
it would go
different.
down. But I'm just scaling in terms of Star Wars right now.
Okay, so like an 8 out of 10, a 10 being Empire then, or
Revenge
the
of the Sith is a
yeah,
10.
Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, overall the show 8 out of 10 probably. The, the first 3 episodes weren't fantastic, but they were good. I think a lot of it built. Personally, I think episode 4 might be my favorite. I know episode 5 is considered to be the best, and I think it is the best. But episode 4, and I think that was like peak Ray Stevenson in episode 4.
I've heard the same.
Yeah.
I think,
Which rest in peace, Ray
yeah.
Stevenson.
Well, okay, so here's a question. Did they kill him off, or are they gonna have to recast him?
No, he's still alive.
Oof, that's a rough decision to make.
I heard Paul saying he would like a aged up Henry Cavill.
No,
I think Paul also likes Henry Cavill, which is fair 'cause
that
I
ain't
like Henry
that
Cavill
ain't
too.
happening ever.
No. I was thinking Gerald Butler from 300, but
Yeah, or there's this one guy in One Piece who I heard would be good. He's like a Scottish
I feel like
captain.
I already know who that is.
Yeah, he's got the right look.
Is it the Admiral?
Yeah. Anyway, so
Oh, I've heard.
that's Ahsoka,
Mm-hmm.
but the thing that's
For our
happening.
audience, if you are a fan of the prequels, Clone Wars or Rebels, I would say check it out.
Oh yeah.
If you
Okay.
hate the prequels and you hate Clone Wars and you hate Rebels, I wouldn't recommend it for you because it's got a lot of the same feeling as those and a lot of the same Star Wars stuff. So, yeah, that's
All
my
right.
review
Well,
of the Ahsoka finale.
that'll probably be, yeah, I guess the only summary of Ahsoka we have. But
Yeah.
moving on to Loki season 2.